It's time to rain. What are you doing tonight? It's time to
A little while.
sorry.
It depends where you start. You just did it.
Come on in, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Gotta sail over all the shit.
If anyone wants to say anything at the end, just raise your hand on the so that I can see. It should be under
Yeah, say hi to everybody. Guys, we have a group of people that are joining us online as well. So I guess I'll start by saying I think it's pretty awesome. Maybe this is the one gift COVID gave us, but it allowed people that aren't physically able to be here to actually be here with us, because there are a lot of people that Shane and Kyle have influenced and worked with over the years.
COVID did not give me a gift, but I'll take it. I'll take the Zoom. We survived COVID. We got through that, hump all of that. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Like I was saying, we survived COVID. We got through that hump, and we're here now, and everything is on the up. And it's awesome to have everybody here. So welcome. Thank you for coming. And it's good to see the Jiu-Jitsu family on that, especially for an occasion like this, Black Belt Promotions. It's one of probably the pinnacle and the best time that I have, promotion-wise or being on the mats, able to do this, especially for two guys like these guys who have, over the course of their paths in Jiu-Jitsu, dedication, discipline. They've earned every minute and second of this today. So they've reached that point. And don't feel bad. You think like you're at the end of the room, or white belts, that you're not going to be here. You will be. It just takes those couple of things: discipline and dedication to do it.
Want to say anything about them?
Actually, I got a lot to say about these two guys, but I want to make sure you want to say something first.
Oh, no, you can go ahead.
All right, so when we opened up JJ years ago, I never thought we would be like, you didn't think about it. I got my black belt, anyone who has our black belt. You think like you've got those hurdles, and you're thinking about the school and growing the school and training people and training yourself and going through all of that. You never really think that you're going to be here, handing out black belts to your students. And to be able to, I know for Emily and myself, to be part of that path and that journey with these guys, man, it's great. It's like I can't be exactly how I feel. It's just emotional. Shane and Kyle, they both have a path in jiu-jitsu. It's different from some of yours. Their path has been different, but they came up through us here, and they both brought something to the school school, each in their own way, through training and helping new members and new students and even old students come through the door. They're building those guys up and they're giving back. They've taken a hell of a lot of beatings. They've done a lot of things over the course of time, and to do it, it's you earn this, and you did it. You know, you got yourself here, and we're happy to give this for to you guys. Now, I'm not going to say anything, no stories about these guys and all that kind of stuff. It's all embarrassing. Their wife is here. Jill told me, don't do anything. Jill was like, I'm going to cry, and then right away, if anyone knows, if somebody says they're going to cry, I like shut down. I don't want to cause any problems. You know?
That's only because art's made a lot of people cry. Not for the right reasons.
I know. I have made a few people cry, but hopefully not these guys.
Oh, am I supposed to say that? I'm going to say something to embarrass them. So let's see. Kyle's like the son we never thought we'd have. Came to us at what, 14, 15 years old? Yeah. Awkward 15-year-old. And we just couldn't get rid of him, you know? We tried to get rid of him in Virginia and he came right back. And yeah, and then we went through the awkward Justin Bieber phase, right? Bieber fever. Kyle could have had another life as a model or a Bieber lookalike. And it was always like his characteristic head wave. But you know, over the years, this kid never gave up on multiple fronts, you know? Whether it was surviving, being a teenager, graduating from high school and figuring his life out, figuring out inversions on the mat, how many times he got crushed. I'd be like, Kyle, don't be such a noodle. But he got himself there, and I think, you know, we're very lucky today to also have people online that are celebrating your graduation today. We have some of your family, your grandmother that's here today, who drove a long way to be here. And so I think, Kyle, if there's anything that you question in terms of what you've accomplished in life, you've accomplished something that most people never will, and you never gave up, even through the bad times, right? We all have our different struggles and limitations, and I've seen Kyle handle many, and they haven't always been easy, not for him, not for us, but we're still here. And so I think that says something about who he is as a person. So I'm incredibly proud of this. I guess you're not really a kid anymore. Yeah. And then Shane, gosh. I don't think Shane will ever leave my mind as somebody who isn't just running up to me at some random tournament by himself. Hey guys! Who's that guy? Oh, that's Kyle Moreau's friend. And, you know, Shane was always a good and willing and happy character that we've met many times over in passing. Until one day, Kyle moved away, and Shane showed up and was like, okay, so I think I'm going to train here. And I think, you know, my instructor, Marcelo Garcia, who I've had as my instructor for the last 12 years, his wife was a very good training partner of mine, and she said, you deserve the instructor you choose. Now, I hope that says something good about Shane. But for a lot of you who have trained here or who have trained in other places, you know that sometimes you come to this blind and you don't really know what you walked into. And sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing. But for Shane, he walked into a lot of places, and he's walked into a lot of tournaments, and he's walked into a lot of situations, and this is no happy accident that he chose to be here. And we've chosen to entrust so much to this guy. And stop it, hero, stop. And I think it says something when people find each other. And so, as he's ready to do this in his life, to be interrupted forevermore, you know, Shane's been an integral part of growing the student body here, but that hasn't been without the growth that he's had to have himself. And I can say without hesitation, he's somebody who has worked harder and longer than many will at improving his own abilities and taking other people with him. And I will also say that during COVID, which was terrible for everybody, something that I think helped me get through it, I don't know about Art, but this guy just didn't want to stop freaking training every day. And his work with Colin and some of the other students in some ways kind of just kept the lifeblood flowing through this school as we were trying to figure out what was going to happen. So I could not be prouder to have these guys be a part of our lineage, and I don't suspect, but I know that they'll be doling out their own black belts someday soon in the future. Do any of our Disney black belts? Would any of you guys like to say anything? Tony, I mean, you've taught this guy.
So how was it wisdom?
I don't know, I'm just really proud of him, and we became good friends. So this is not only like a student thing, it's a friendship thing, and I'm just happy to be here to celebrate this day with you. Unfortunately, people don't get out of bed to come into contact with me. So oh, he has. Short time. Been around for quite a while and tenacious and stick to it at this. And very first time. So congratulations.
Shane's done a lot for all our students here. At Kevin Collin, they had little workshops and people like, Shane's a good partner. You know,
It takes a lot to keep Cindy Faith honest.
Well, this is a special moment for Shane and for me. I've known Shane for about, 10 years? A little longer? So we spent a lot of time together. My grandson, about 6 a.m. in the morning, we trained. We went to other schools to train. We went to tournaments to train, to compete. He always introduced me as his grandfather, as my grandson. But with that, you know, Shane has accomplished all these things for one reason, because of his personality, the way he's able to communicate with people, the way he makes people feel. He's just a comfortable person to be around. So when he's in any type of situation, he really is it's his place. And people feel comfortable learning from him and being with him. And I think that makes a great quality person, and of course, it's turning into a great quality.
So, congrats. No. No, I will say, actually, Shane, when I am stumped about some things that's like new lady jujitsu, he's definitely I'm just like, you know what? Maybe like Shane has thought about this. When, you know what I mean? When I can't figure it out, so it's kind of nice to be as old as I am with a new like sponge in an arm's reach. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, Shane's one of those guys like me where we're so deep into internet culture that we just speak in memes constantly. So we hit it off as soon as we met, and I remember we saw each other in Charleston at the IGF Open, and we just really connected and hit it off. Where like even though I haven't seen him that many times, like he's one of like my good friends in jiu-jitsu, and I'm just so happy for him. And he's one of those people who's about the whole jiu-jitsu community. He doesn't just care about his association. He truly wants to better like everyone in the area. So I've always appreciated
proves that if you believe in yourself, it can happen. Anything can happen. You have to believe in yourself.
All right, Kyle, step up, buddy.
So, Kyle, now you have to talk. Here's your. So, we should mention, like, these guys will get, they can apply for their IBJJF certificate, but this is just also a certificate from us to commemorate that they did this here. Because we all know the bureaucracy of the IBJJF will say that this never happened. And this is also a gift for you. It's a present from your Jiu-Jitsu mom. But now you have to talk.
Okay, well, I can't thank everyone enough, so it's going to take forever. So just thank you if I trained with you, which is pretty much all of you. If I haven't, hopefully one day I get to train with you. Where do I begin? All right. When I first got into jiu-jitsu, I thought it was going to be like some type of fight. It's not really, it's more of a puzzle. And that's why I like it. Keeps me mentally sharp and physically sharp, I guess, in shape. But yeah, all of you have helped, even if we've done like something as simple as like a grip breaking drill. Like that adds up, and people need that training time. And everyone here has done like so much for me. I don't even know what to say about it really. So try not to cry. But I guess I have to start by thanking my instructors. That would probably be a good idea. That's a good start. But Emily, I don't know what I can say about Emily that hasn't been already said, but world champion, Nogi, just a role model of mine, and a good person. And
I make a mean beef Wellington.
yeah, best food. Great taste in food, great taste in fashion, fancy geese, awesome gear all the time. Also an MMA fighter, people kind of forget that part, but she kind of talks about that and does like on the side, but that was very cool that your instructor has an MMA record. And not to mention like multiple goals at all types of competitions. But yeah, more so than that, she's been like just a role model to me. Like I don't know, like a mom, basically. Like just pretty much always keeping me in line. I was not the best kid at all, so gave me something to care about when I didn't really care about much. Just the sport in general, but she was a big part of keeping me in that.
And yeah, just thank you for everything. Thank you for caring so much, and you know, all the cool bees and whatnot.
That's what matters.
No, having the worst mount ever. Just the worst mount ever to be stuck under, and make sure just super technical jiu-jitsu practitioner and a great person. Couldn't have more respect. And this guy, he's always keeping me in line worse. He's always yelling at me every day. If I walk in here, I can't walk in here without him yelling at me. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing because I do need to be yelled at. He's probably the only one that knows that. And yeah, got everything about my life disciplined. You know, I have to get up and clean, and the gym, and your bees and stuff. You know, got to smell nice and everything. Keep everything. You know. But they're both two different very styles jiu-jitsu wise, but I think they're necessary. Emily is like very technical, very sport practitioner, very by like the rules, and God gets me to ask the hard questions about my technique, like why am I doing certain things? There has to be like an end goal. And art's like the total opposite. Art's, they say jiu-jitsu is the gentle art, but not with.
But there needs to get me in trouble with art.
There needs to be that. There needs to be rough jiu-jitsu. It can't all be soft and daisies and flowers, as he says. But yeah, no, it is a compliment. It absolutely is. So, no, I think they both do a great job at balancing each other out, and have done like votes for me on the mat and off the mat. And there's more I need to thank them for, but I'd be here for an hour. So I appreciate it. Thank you both, and thank you everyone in this room just for whooping my ass constantly.
Hold on, Josh.
Josh, want to take a picture of us right now? Waka flocka.
Sorry, Heather, this isn't going to be short and sweet. I apologize. I have to start by thanking Art and Emily. And the reason why I chose Princeton is heavily due to meeting Emily. As you know, Kyle Muro is a lifelong friend of mine. And he was always training at Princeton. I would come through, I'd get my ass handed to me, and then I'd go back to my gym. And I was like, dang, that was really good. And at the time, I was training at a gym called Elite Martial Arts, where a lot of people who are here today from that gym, and I really appreciate them for the community that we built there. And I was looking to get better at jiu-jitsu, but I had like terms. Like I know I didn't want to go to the city every day. I knew that like I wasn't trying to be a pro athlete or anything like that. So I was like, where's the best spot I can go? And I did a whole tour of going to different the gyms in the area. But the one thing that always stuck with me is every time I would show up to a competition, Emily would be there, and she would say hi to me, and she would give me the time of day. And every time I lost, because I lost a lot, like I probably won like 2 times at purple belt, then like got smashed in the second round, and I would lose and lose and lose and keep showing up and trying and trying. And Emily used to ask me like all the hard questions of like, why do you think this is happening, and why do you think you're losing? What can you be doing? You know, where are some of your blockers? And for someone who's not even my instructor to take the time to do that for me, and even have those conversations with me, I think really meant the world for me. It became a no-brainer when I wanted to choose this spot. And Emily to this day has always challenged me to overcome, expect more of myself, and to be the leader that I wanted to be for all of you. I wouldn't be able to do that without all of her help. I wouldn't be the person I am today without her. For art, I was terrified of art. As I should be. I had a dream one time about art where like it was definitely like one of those where I was like spending too much time in the gym, like we all like were getting kidnapped one by one. But then art was like, nah, that's not happening to me. I'm out. He went 0 dark 30. He got to the truck and just ghosted, and it always sat with me. But art seriously has shown me how to become a coach, shown me how to become an instructor, shown me how to run and build a culture here in the school. And I can't thank you enough for that. So Princeton, why, everyone here has been such a big part of my journey, and my goal this whole time, I never wanted to be a world-class competitor. I don't think I have that in me. I just wanted to be really great as an instructor and a coach. That's what pushes me to expect more of myself, because all of you here have expected a lot of me, and I can't thank you enough for trusting me to be your teacher, be your coach, asking me questions, coming up to all the workshops. Everything that we've done, it's because I want to give more to you, because that's what fulfills me. That's what gets me up in the morning. That's why I keep training jiu-jitsu through all the injuries, the ups, the downs, anything. I just want to be the best practitioner for all of you. Now, for the individuals that I have to thank, definitely, starting with Colin. Colin showed me that I can take my jiu-jitsu into my own hands, become my own instructor, and learn everything I want to do. And I would not be half the grappler that I am today without him, and all the time that we spent together, especially during the pandemic, just working constantly to just get better, and expecting more of each other, So he's like that dynamic counterpart that I have that I can't thank him enough for everything that he's done for me, and we've become like really close friends since then. Jack. I came to Jack because turns out just going into the gym and like lifting things randomly doesn't work really well if you want to get into shape. So, he was able to provide me a way to get into shape correctly, because we'll get to this part of my story, but I came into this like almost being 400 pounds. Like I was really not healthy, and it was a lot of trial and error, but the constant that pushed me through was jiu-jitsu. Like I'll just get better at jiu-jitsu, Jack was the first dude to like show me how to do it properly, and has become a mentor to me, a lifelong friend, and I would not be here as well if it weren't for him. I wouldn't have, I think, succeeded as much as I have in competitions if it wasn't for the strength and conditioning stuff that he's provided, as well as I wouldn't succeed or be where I am now without all the life advice and all the long talks and all the good stuff there. So thank you, Jack. Mark, you got me through so much in my life. You were like one of the first, like kind of, like sage advice givers. A wise old sage. No, I looked at you as like a role model, because you're very successful in life. You are, but you also care a lot. And you know, if it wasn't for you and I waking up at 6 a.m. to train, I would have missed so much training when I went back to school. And you were a big reason I went back to school and pushed me to expect more out of my life. And you're constantly an advisor for me, and I appreciate you so much for that. There's so many more. Tony, I love you, dude. Tony was kind of my in limbo instructor. So my first gym I ever trained at, my instructor wound up leaving the state, working at another gym, and I was like, I need to find another school to go to. And Tony came in, and I was like, I don't know about Tony. You know, what if he leaves too? That was my biggest fear. What if he leaves too? Turns out he didn't. And we became, every time I came back, you have been nothing but helpful. You've been nothing but kind words, and I appreciate you so much for that. You've become a good friend. So, last person to thank is my wife, Jill. I wouldn't have started, you better knock it off. I wouldn't have started in jiu-jitsu if it weren't for Jill. Like I said, I was really overweight, and I started dating Jill, and I was like, I don't want her to figure out I'm fat. I don't want her to figure out I'm fat, so I'm gonna like get into shape. I started working out to impress her, and then I just went like full psycho mode, and it became like the true north of my life is always challenging myself, and I couldn't think of sharing it with a better person than her. I would not have been able to do what I'm able to do without her. She holds down our home, she holds down everything, and allows me the time to train and sees the value in it. You know, a lot of us we take times out of our lives and our families and away from them to do this hobby, and clearly this is like more than a hobby to me. And she saw that, and she was able to see the bigger picture of why I do this and supported me through that whole journey. And then I think that the more amazing part is after we got married, she actually took into training jiu-jitsu to learn more about me and to be able to share this with me. So I can't thank her enough for that. And then I hope I'm like blanking out. To wrap it up, a lot of people say that they wouldn't be here if it weren't for jiu-jitsu. That's kind of like a cliche thing a lot of people say, but it's cliche for a reason, right? Because it's true. I started doing jiu-jitsu almost 370. Who knows how much I really weighed, but I was super overweight. I was super unhealthy. And the one thing that was constant is I always want to get better at jiu-jitsu, and I always want to get healthier. And this is the thing that drove me forward to do that. If you can take anything away from my journey, it's like the ability to overcome, because I've overcome a lot of loss in my life, a lot of adversity in my life. And if you look at my family circle, I probably should not be here, right? I've lost people very, very close to me. And I don't think I would have been able to make it through those experiences if I didn't have jiu-jitsu, and if I didn't have this community of people around me. My friends, my mentors, my training partners. That has been the one constant where, like, no matter how bad I feel, no matter how tragic life is, no matter how much I've lost, no matter how awful things can get, I come here because I have a mission and I have a purpose in my life, and that's to become a really great instructor, and I can't do that if I let those other things get to me. So, damn, I went on long enough. That's all I have. Thank you.
Does anyone online want to say anything? Because you guys won't be here to say anything to these guys later.
I'll say something. Can you see me or hear me?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I couldn't make it. I'm sorry, Shane, but I'm so proud of you and your dedication. I've never met someone so dedicated to like anything in my entire life. I'm so excited to see everything else that you're going to do with judo, starting out from the bottom. But super proud of you, and I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I love you so much.
Love you too. My dad. Hi, Dad. You thought I talked wrong? Just wait.
Good to see everybody. Very proud of you. And you're talking about those dad moments. This is one of them. You did good. You did. It's all you. It's all you, son. All right, Mom and I love you. And I'm just gonna wait.
Love you guys.
Okay, very proud of you, and like I said, this is one of those moments, and I hope you have a lifelong, a lot of them. Okay.
Thank you, Dad.
I love you.
Love you too.
Kyle, Shane, I'm so happy for you guys. Congratulations. I've only been there for a couple. I was only able to train with you guys for a couple of years, but those few years, you both made such an impact on me, and every day since I left Princeton has made me want to go back to train with you guys. So I'm so happy for both of you. Congratulations. It was a long time coming, and keep grinding, guys.
Thanks, Austin.
Thanks.
You cut the hair. You cut the hair?
Where's the hair, bro?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, the flow. It's okay. It still looks good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kyle.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hey! First of all, huge congratulations. What a milestone to hit. Both of you guys, seriously. Kyle, I trained with you maybe 8 years ago, and I can still remember how much of a beast you were back then, so I can't even imagine what you're like right now. Huge congrats to you, man. You kicked through it all.
Thank you.
Shane, man. I can't think of anyone who deserves this more than you do. Like everything you put in your speech is exactly how I feel about you. So just, if anything, it validates that. And I can't speak from experience, but I can only imagine even through black belts that you're going to have your good days and your bad days. And when you do have those bad days, just remember that you're pushing people like me out in San Francisco, not even close to you, but people like you that will keep pushing me, honestly. It's what makes me good people around it. So big congrats to you guys. Love you both.
Love you, dude. Thank you. Love you, Rebecca and Dallas.
Dallas says hey.
John, you're up.
Hey guys, congratulations to both of you guys. I just want to say that even though I don't train at Princeton, Shane, your passion and love for jiu-jitsu absolutely made a wonderful impact on my jiu-jitsu journey. And the quality of people that train at Princeton, you guys are just absolutely awesome. I love you guys. Congratulations, Shane. And Kyle, you guys did awesome.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody online, for tuning in. We're going to do a picture, and then we're going to do a group picture, and then we'll sign out.